What is up, you guys? Welcome to Vintage Genetics, where it is all about classic bodybuilding. I just did my 40 minutes of daily fasted cardio, 60 minutes on a rest day, but today's a chest day, which I'm very excited for. Also today at 11:30 a.m. my time, I'll be having an interview with Jacked Factory, so make sure, well, by the time this video is up, you probably can't experience it anymore, but it'll be on the Jacked Factory Instagram page. My weight, 110.6, so a new low this prep. Very excited, so I'm getting nice and lean and leaner and leanest. And now it's time for the breakfast, so let me show you. Just look at this, guys. Cream of rice, liquid egg whites, strawberries, dark chocolate that makes it especially delicious. And of course, authentic ISO 40 grams for the high quality protein content that's fast absorbable. And after this, I'll be having nothing, just some water, a pre-workout, and then a chest workout. Okay, so let me take you through this chest workout. So the closer I get to the contest, the less fatiguing the workouts need to be. What do I mean with fatigue? The goal right now is to stimulate the muscle, not to build muscle. We're trying to retain muscle mass. So if you damage the muscle too much in a caloric deficit, when your body fat is so low, when you're pretty much diet fatigued, training fatigued, sleep is more difficult. If you then train balls to the walls every single time with too much volume, you're digging a hole for yourself that is too deep to get out of, and then no matter what you try and do with supplements or EAAs or protein, you won't be able to recover from those workouts because you simply don't have the calories, the energy to, build upon what you destroyed. So what we're trying to do here is stimulate the muscle by, literally training a muscle to bring a stimulus from the brain, from the muscle to the brain and the brain to the muscle, to keep it there, by telling basically your body, hey, we're still using this muscle, don't waste it, along with a proper diet, supplementation, sleep, hydration, etc. But anyway, we're starting out with exercises that I really feel and connect well to, that allow me to brace myself. So no dumbbell presses, no bench presses, no free weights. Basically, I really like to stick to mostly machine work now, because I simply want to isolate and target only the muscle I want to train, and don't make unnecessary risks by using balancing muscles at the same time as well. So I'm doing mostly 2 working sets on most movements. Just a simple 8 to 12 reps for the first working set and 15 to 20 on the second working set. Sometimes the reps differ a little bit because it's hard to gauge your strength right now. But here I'm doing 1 intensity technique because I really have a good connection with this movement. And the intensity technique here is simply doing 1 rest pause set, which means first you go to failure, wait for 15 seconds and go to failure again. And normally I would go to failure once more, but this time I do not. And this is the second movement, the regular chest press. Now, what is very important throughout the off season, no matter what stage you're in, always use full range of motion. So when you're lean, you can literally see what full range of motion means. So here with this incredible lighting, you can see when I go all the way to the back, the tension on the muscle remains. And also when I push all the way forward, the tension is still there when squeezing the muscle. What I'm also doing is pinching my shoulder blades back to allow my chest to do the blunt of the work, and my front delts and triceps, trying to keep those out of the movement as much as possible, because what we're trying to train here is the chest and nothing else. However, it is a compound movement, which means you're using several joints, which automatically means you're using several different muscles. But what you want to do is emphasize the tension on the muscle you want to train, which in this case is the chest. So I just did the first working set until failure, making sure not to do anything crazy, not to go past failure if I don't feel like at that moment it is necessary. But this exercise does feel pretty good, so I made the weight quite a bit lighter on the second working set, allowing me to do some perfect repetitions beyond the 15 rep range. So I'm still in between the 15 and 20 rep range, but the more quality reps I can get in on exercises that I feel and connect to, the better it'll be for the overall result of the workout. So we're not lifting record weights here. We are maintaining the muscle with as much weight as possible by stimulating the muscle with as much weight, full range of motion, and correct form as we can. And this is pretty much the result of the first two exercises. A nice pump, nice definition, because you're sweating in this gym. You can actually see what you look like with a bit less water under the skin. Of course, first doing the side chest, then my favorite classic pose, and checking out some tricep striations. And then the next movement, another incline chest press. I honestly didn't really like the feel of this one, because even though it's a hammer strength movement, if you look at the bench, the seat setup behind me, it's a straight seat, but the handles go upwards because it's an incline press, but there's then a very weird back support, so you have to arch your back yourself, and it just didn't feel really good. So I had to position myself in such a way to make this exercise still work. So it still looks a little bit awkward, but I decided to do it anyway because I still only felt the chest. It just felt a bit different from what I'm used to. And the reason why I'm doing another incline movement is because it's an entirely different machine, it's a different angle, and hitting the same muscle in different angles, that is what bodybuilding is all about. And then the final chest movement, so also a difference compared to the previous chest exercises and chest workouts, is I'm doing one less exercise, because doing another press right now would be futile. I could have done a decline press, but I didn't feel like that would bring me any more benefit at all, only more fatigue. The stimulatory properties of the movement I already did were already maximized, so doing another press wouldn't really do much. So what we're doing now is finishing off the chest with an isolation movement, meaning that you only this time use the chest, no delts, no triceps. That is what an isolation movement is all about. The moment you do feel those other muscles, that is not the correct movement for you. So we're doing 2 working sets here. And on the second working set, which is this one, we are first going to failure because I really want to finish the chest off here. And the benefit is, because it's an isolation movement, the weight used is lighter. So the risk you have of injuring yourself is less as well. Plus it's a machine, so you're pretty safe if you're able to brace yourself. And a short rest pause set there. And this is a second set. Now with an isolation movement, I find it easier to actually recover my muscle in between those 2 sets. So I'm able to do quite more reps again. And then ending this chest movement with some partials, making sure the chest is truly finished off. Now, after doing the chest, I like to do a side lateral raise, not only during contest prep, but throughout the entire year. For people new to this channel, I don't train my delts at all. So, I don't have a separate shoulder day, so I train chest and triceps, back and biceps and legs, rest, repeat, so no deltoid today at all. So in order to make those delts grow and have them the size they are right now, I like to isolate them on the back and the chest day. And when it's chest day, I like to do at least 2 sets to failure, high volume, maximum tension to get a lot of blood in the side delts, either with a machine like this or a side dumbbell lateral raise, but making sure the weight is light, the reps are high, and I actually feel a good connection with the side delts. And for me, that's all I need to create the delts that I have right now. And then it's time for the triceps. Now, for the triceps, I always like to warm up with some kind of push down. The previous time I did a tricep rope push down, and now we're doing a wide grip tricep push down. A wide grip targets the inner medial head of the tricep a little bit more. We're always targeting all 3 heads, which is why it's called a tricep. 3 heads. You're always targeting all 3, but you can do something to emphasize certain parts by changing the grip width or the type of movement. So I did 2 working sets there, only showing you 1 because, well, 2 working sets of the same exact movement is sometimes quite boring and it makes it takes a little too long. But here is the second tricep movement, and this is a special machine. So normally you have like a V-bar grip for this kind of machine to do an overhead tricep extension, but I like to call this an overhead tricep press. It's a neutral grip and it really feels good on the elbows, it feels good on the stretch. As you can see, I can go all the way down, truly stretch your triceps, but if you do it in a slow fashion, all of a sudden your triceps are just empty. They're just emptied out, especially at the end of the workout. As you can see right here, I'm barely able to get the weight up again. So using a slow range of motion, being at the end of a contest prep, having pretty much no carbs in the system to assist the lift, you notice you have a lot less energy, a lot less strength when you're going deeper and further into a set, but then still you have to do as many quality reps as you possibly can. Now this is an exceptional tricep movement, especially done at the end of the tricep workout. Why at the end? Because when you go upwards with this seated tricep machine dip with free weights by hammer strength, what you then get is a very nice stretch, but most of all, a very good mind-muscle connection, because this is a dip machine, guys. What you can feel here is the chest, the shoulders, or the triceps, or all of them. If you want to maximize the mind-muscle connection and the actual, conscious connection to the triceps, what you want to truly do is to have them pumped up first, get a lot of blood in there, because the more of a pump you get in those triceps, the better the stretch and the more easy the stretch will be to feel. So if any of you have trouble with a mind-muscle connection, really getting into the muscle when you're doing an exercise, try pumping it up first with another movement that you do have a good connection with, like a rope pushdown or the tricep pushdown I did. When you then get a lot of blood in there, it's so much easier to connect to the muscle, and it automatically then changes your form, because then oh, if I lean forward too much, my chest starts to be involved a little bit, so I might sit back a little bit more, allowing me to feel that stretch at the top, and that makes it easier to correct your form during the movement. So what I'm doing here is first doing some complete reps, and when I can't do a complete rep all the way down anymore, I do some partials to get the max out of these triceps. Just like the last chest movement I did with the last tricep movement, I also do some partials to finish that muscle off. Just got back from the chest workout. Little less volume because we're very close to the Olympia. No need to overdo it, no need to fatigue the body. It's more time to actually maintain muscle, recover, lose a bit more fat, but mostly recovery, lowering fatigue, lowering inflammation, lowering extra water, which is why I'm eating this meal right now. Part 1 of the post-workout meal, a delicious little bowl of tuna cubes, which are incredible. You can get them at Walmart. Tuna cubes, about 200 grams actually, with a bit of asparagus, delicious water expelling vegetable. And this is cream of rice with a little bit of banana, liquid egg whites, but also authentic ISO as always, delicious vanilla ice cream flavor. Let's enjoy. Alrighty, just did some groceries. And of course, old school sleeveless shirt by vintage.com. Let me show you. Wow, that's a big pumpkin. Finally, I found a pumpkin. Gonna put it in the oven. That's going to be a main sort of vegetables. We've got cream of rice here for babies, so you actually only add a little bit of water, and it's already going to be perfect. So for loading, that's perfect. We also have a lot of vegetables here, as you can see, and yeah, a lot more. A lot of protein sources, but we'll see at home when I make the meals exactly what I got. So guys, it's a bit later in the day now. As you can see, it's dark outside, and after the post-workout meal, what I've basically done is, you saw me doing some groceries, but had 3 Yeah, 3 more meals with just protein and vegetables, so nothing else. You know, one meal was with chicken, the other meal was with some white fish, and this one will actually be another one just like that. Then we're gonna do cardio and then have the last meal of the day with some added fat. So let me show you what this meal is all about. So the protein source is pretty awesome. So we have tuna cubes here, which I actually got at Walmart, and other grocery stores have it as well. But that's very unknown in the Netherlands actually. You have tuna cubes, you have salmon cubes, all just nothing else but the protein. So this is 200 grams. In the microwave, we also have 100 grams of prawns right here. 100 grams of prawns steamed, which I'm gonna combine with the tuna. And this is actually the pumpkin I showed you before. And I put it in the oven, still a little hot. I'm gonna put this with other meals tomorrow, for example, but trust me, it's an awesome, very low calorie source, but very filling source for sure. And this is courgette or zucchini, which I made in the oven, I think, yesterday or the day before. So I'm just gonna combine that with the tuna and maybe a little bit of cucumber also. Pretty much just a vegetable that adds water, but also important phytonutrients and vitamins and minerals. So that's why I love to add vegetables. But anyway, let me show you the end result. Okay, so this is the meal. Nice and simple. Courgette, tuna, shrimps, that's it. Little cilantro, oregano, pepper, salt, you know, all the good stuff. But yeah, this is the meal. About an hour after this, time for cardio. Then after that, time for the last meal and time to sleep and recover. Okay guys, the poster is officially now in Iron Gym. So I was about to do cardio, went to the bathroom, and then I saw the poster right there. And there it is. One of my favorite poses, you guys. There is Urs, also on team, Class of Outlaw. We'll both be doing the Olympia in the classic physique class. Okay guys, just got back from the 40 minutes of cardio, about 20 minutes on the elliptical, 20 minutes on the treadmill, and as you saw, they hung up the awesome poster at the gym. Feel very honored to be here, immortalized in Cancun, Mexico, in Iron Gym. So if you're ever here, make sure to go to that gym because it's simply the most hardcore gym around. But let me show you the last meal. Whoa, 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 whoa. Of the day. Okay, so this is the vegetable base. So lettuce, cucumber, broccoli sprouts, and then some more vegetables. We have asparagus and some pumpkin, and the fat and protein source is the salmon, 125 grams. And then below this, let's see, we have we have an omelet, which is invisible right now, but it's an omelet, guys. The omelet has a little bit of chicken, egg whites, and some cilantro, spinach, and mushrooms. So that was today's day. What I also did is take Defend XT for the liver, because prep is quite, you know, not as healthy for the organs as you would wish it to be. We also have KSM 66 ashwagandha helping me sleep and lower cortisol levels, which is important. And we also have Joint Pro Series with curcumin C3, lowering systemic inflammation. So today I weighed 110.6 kilos in the morning. Very curious to see what tomorrow is going to be, because, you know, the training, the food, you know, the training is at an all-time high in this gym where I'm sweating a lot. The food is at an all-time low right now. Well, not an all-time low, but lowest in this Olympia prep. And the cardio is at an all-time high, with everything just being perfect, as I feel like this to me is like a bodybuilding camp. So that's just an amazing feeling. And yeah, I'm gonna eat this meal, go to sleep, recover, and see you tomorrow. And don't forget to stay